हेलो फ्रेंड्स, कुलगुरु की कक्षा में आप सभी का स्वागत है। आज हम लोग क्लास 12th का चैप्टर 1 रिप्रोडक्शन इन ऑर्गेनिजम्स के 1 मार्क्स टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चंस देखने जा रहे हैं। फ्रेंड्स, दिस क्वेश्चंस आर रियली very important since these questions has been asked in the examination, in the board examination. And actually a lots of questions can be framed from this chapter, but some of the important questions which I am going to discuss you with all today. Our first question is, name an organism where cell division, what it's saying, the cell division itself a mode of reproduction, means it is a cell and it divides and it's been a mode of reproduction by itself. That means that cell which divides by itself through the mode of reproduction, and it's none other than our amoeba. Amoeba actually it's a cell and it divides and it's again a mode of a reproduction. So amoeba will be its correct answer. So the second question, name the phenomena and the one bird where the female gamete directly develops into a new organism. So first of all, the question is saying us that name the phenomena. Name the phenomenon that the bird where the female gamete is directly develops into a new organism. So phenomenon, the phenomenon is generally considered as a parthenogenesis. And what does this parthenogenesis means? Actually, parthenogenesis is the development of a female gametes before, means ki the development of a female gametes without fertilization. That means parthenogenesis is simply the development of a female gametes without fertilization. Okay, so this is the phenomenon, and the bird, the question is asking actually the name of the bird which develops from without fertilization, and hence the name of that bird is what? Turkey. The question can be asked this also, that turkey, rotifers and honeybees, they shows which common phenomenon? So the answer will be the same, parthenogenesis, because three of them, that is rotifers, honeybees and turkey, develop from the parthenogenesis. So our third question is, mention the unique flowering phenomenon of Strobilus kunthiana. So this is our third question, mention the unique flowering phenomenon of Strobilanthes kunthiana. So we know that in this flower, Strobilanthes kunthiana, it actually flowers once in a 12 years. So it's a unique flowering phenomenon of this particular flower. So our fourth question is, mention the unique feature with respect to the flowering and fruiting in a bamboo species. So friends, we all know that actually the flowers of bamboo, bamboo bears flowers after 50 to 100 years, and it produces a large number of fruits and then it dies. So we will write in this manner that the bamboo flowers only once in its lifetime, generally after 50 to 100 years. So our first question has been completed कि flowering के type के बारे में पूछा है. So bamboo flowers once in after 50 to 100 years, and then it's fruiting in a bamboo species. That means it produces large number of fruits and then it dies. So our fifth question is, name the mode of a reproduction that ensures the creation of a new variants. That means the creation of a new variants, actually which mode of a reproduction ensures the creation of a new variants? That means sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction ensures the creation of a new variants. And our sixth question is, name the mode of a reproduction that helps in producing genetically identical offspring. Friends, be careful that the question is saying that producing genetically identical offspring, which mode of a reproduction? That means asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction helps in producing genetically identical offspring. Now, seventh question, which ones of the following organism exhibit binary fission? Question is asking that in the following questions, which one of the following exhibits the binary fission? Friends, do not get confused here. The question is not saying regarding the one, but once. Once means more than one. That means our first answer will be none other than Bacillus, that get reproduced through the binary fission, and our second one is which one? That is none other than amoeba and amoeba. So these are the two which follows the binary fission. Now question number 8. Name the respective asexual reproductive structure of yeast and a sponge. That is very easy, friend. We know that yeast actually reproduce through bud, through buds, or the budding system that we used to say. And second one is your sponge, and the sponge is through gamules. Now question number 9. Name the units of vegetative propagation in grasses and water hyacinth. So we need to find out the vegetative propagation of grasses. The first one is our grasses. Grasses vegetative reproduction is generally through runner system. And water hyacinth is actually through offset. We might have seen that water hyacinth structure is quite like this, and thus this particular region is known as your offset. So the water hyacinth vegetative propagation is actually through the offset. So our 10th question is, how does penicillium reproduce asexually? We know that actually penicillium reproduce asexually by forming conidia. So this will be our answer. And now the next question is, name the phase all organisms have to pass through before they can reproduce sexually. That means before reproducing sexually, which is that phase that they need to pass. That means all organisms need to pass. So we used to say it as juvenile phase. So what's the phase? The juvenile phase. And in the plants we say it as a vegetative phase. So do not get confused, friends. The organisms have to pass through reproduce asexually. That the phase is actually juvenile phase. And when the plants is considered, if the organism won't be there and the question is asked you regarding the plants, then we need to write there vegetative phase. Okay, so now our 12th question is, offspring derived by asexual reproduction are called clones. Justify. So we know that offspring are actually identical ones which they actually looks like to their parents. So in this case we will write that they are genetically and morphologically identical among themselves and identical to their parents as well. So our question number 13 is, why is a coconut plant referred to as monoecious? Why the coconut tree or the coconut plant is considered as a monoecious? We all know that when both the male and the female gametes lie on the same plant, then they are considered as monoecious, and when the male and the female gametes are actually found on a different plants, then they are known as a dioecious. So in the case of a monoecious we will write, so as in the case of a coconut plant, it is referred as monoecious because both the male and the female flowers are produced on the same plant in coconut. So our 14th question is, how is the continuity of a species maintained generation after generation? The question is quite important, friends, that the question is saying us that the continuity of a species, how can be it maintained after generation? So it can be maintained through the process of a reproduction, either it may be sexually or asexually, and hence the species maintain generation after generation. Now 15 and the last question is this: which of the following statement is true of Hydra? That it produces asexual gamules, it produces unicellular bud, or it produces multicellular bud? So the correct answer or the right answer is the C option. The option C, that it produces multicellular bud, not the unicellular ones. So thank you friends. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel.